Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Hell Money Podcast. I am your host, JD Vance, joined with my co-host, Erika Kirk. Erika, you're looking lovely, still in your bereavement period. So glad that you could be with us on this fine winter's day.
Thank you, JD. I mean, you remind me so much of my late husband, Charlie.
Yeah, I mean that's a little
I can't keep
weird,
this up for
but
that long. Well, that's what she says, though. That's the type of shit she be saying. That's
if a woman
why
says
people are
that,
memeing
it's
it.
like that sounds like she wants to get remarried, like real quick.
She does. She's trying to move up that ladder.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay.
Where do you go from Charlie Kirk, though? You know, anything would be a downgrade after riding that stallion for so many years.
We shouldn't disparage the dead.
I said he's a great lover. That's what I'm saying. That's not disparaging the dead.
I think Erika Kirk is a great example of tradwifery at work, which is she is a performer and a girl boss, ultimately, at the end of the day. And she recognized that in that moment, the performance she needed to put on was like conservative tradwife. And she played that role, and now she's on a different role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's now doing her thing, and I support it. So if anyone's offended by me cosplaying Erika Kirk, I think I make her look good. Like, I think she's slaying. You know? So, okay, what are we doing today, Casey? JD.
Today we we reopened the Hell Money Podcast call-in line.
I think it actually was always open. You could always call in.
Yeah, it's
because there's one call-in from like June of 2025 that's just a guy recording a message that's like, "You called me." And I assume it's like that someone called him and then he accidentally dialed our number and then he got the, "Hello, welcome to the Hell Money Podcast Loveline. Please leave your message."
Yep.
And then the message that he left was like, "You called me." So I should have included that in here, but I didn't, you know. But yeah, it's always open. So if you want to call us about anything, you really always can. We just might not look at it for 6 months until we decide to do an episode.
Yep. And the number, as always, is 717-GM 717-69.
There you go.
GMHMP. That's 717-69-GMHMP.
Casey, I'm really obsessed with your eyeliner. I gave Casey
I'm
guyliner
too
to be
old
JD.
to wear guyliner.
You look good.
You cannot wear guyliner outside of your 20s. And if you're like
great.
double your 20s, like no.
JD
no
Vance is wearing guyliner. Why not you? The future president of the United States.
What's the name
America.
on? He was on TV. The guyliner
We're on
was
TV.
This is TV. This is broadcast television.
Yeah.
We certainly are as prestigious, I would say, as mainstream television.
As JD Vance and Erika Kirk, I would definitely
as the
say
mainstream
so.
media, because they're not prestigious at all.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, we have 25. Jesus Christ.
They're not all very long. Some of them are short.
Yeah, we have 25 call-in recordings.
Yeah.
And we're gonna anonymize them. Is that
I already
right?
did.
Okay,
So
but
the voices are tuned down.
okay, so but when we play the voices, we're gonna anonymize the voices.
It already is.
Oh, the voices are already anonymized.
Yeah, I used a terminal command.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well we'll see.
I mean, I just copy and paste from ChatGPT, but it worked. These aren't
HMP
that
people.
bad. So there's two that aren't anonymized because they say their name in them. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother with this.
Yep.
The rest are anonymized, but I don't think it's that serious.
Okay.
So sorry.
Okay, so
I will say so I've listened to all these because I anonymized
I haven't listened to
them.
any of them.
And then I put them in order. It's very interesting. I think it's about a 50-50 split, men and women, like at the end of it. Like we got more male call-ins as time went on. It's so funny. So many of the men that call in, they don't ask a question. They just sort of like speak aloud a comment. You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Oh, loved your episode about blah, blah, blah. Here's my 45 seconds talking about it." And then they end with, "Love you guys, bye." It's like really cute, honestly.
But they just don't understand
They
the
don't
assignment.
understand the prompt. Whereas all the women are like, "Hey guys, so I'm in this situation. Here are my variables. What do you think I should do?" Like the EQ level of this is like, it's very gender.
Yeah. I mean, there are like real differences in gender EQ. Like for one, like women can understand, like some women can understand up to like 6 or 7 layers, 6 to like 9 layers of like, I know that he knows and he knows that I know, but he knows that I know that he knows, but I know that he knows that I know that he knows. And men are like, stop at 3. They're just theory of mind isn't strong enough.
They're like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Oh, I'm gonna give a neutral sort of like real answer, and then I'm also gonna give an extreme answer.
Okay.
Maybe not to every single one, but to the ones that are real serious, like here's the situation, what should I do? I'll give like my actual advice, but I'll also give like an extreme path, I think. Because I think that's better content. And it also gives you the full spectrum of options. So should we start?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this one is Big Dicks Anon.
Big Dicks Anon.
BigDicksAnon.wave.
At number 1.
Yep.
Hi. So, I have this problem where I like guys with really big dicks. And, you know, some of them have been the size of my forearm, even, and that's just what I like. But the problem is that they tend to be assholes.
First off, is she a small lady? So maybe this forearm thing isn't very impressive. She could be a dwarf.
Well, but even still, she would, you know, it's like the drag corner. So she's also, if she's a small forearm, she's also small.
Right. So yeah, it's all relative.
It's all relative. I think if you drag it up
regardless
or down,
of the size of your forearm,
work.
Yeah, regardless of the size of your forearm, if it's the size of your forearm, it's pretty large.
Yeah.
Right? And so I really want a guy that's going to treat me right, and I'm just worried that I won't be able to find like both, you know? And maybe I don't need both. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for anymore. I just really like big dicks. That's it. Okay. I hope you guys can.
This queen needs help.
Yeah, this queen needs help.
She needs help.
So, I mean, do you think there's a correlation there between a guy having a big dick and being an asshole?
I mean, I could see how, you know, I think big dicks are like a male beauty standard, like by men for men. Yeah. So I could see how, like, you know, you kind of like establish that early on in life, and that kind of.
What do you mean establish that? Like
what, if you're playing sports and you're in the locker room and you're comparing dick sizes, like I imagine.
I never did that. And also, like, really, like,
well, but you also know,
also
if you're
like
above
a
average.
flaccid dick is never very
right.
impressive.
It's not necessarily a. Yeah.
Some men are growers or showers. Growers, not showers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely. I think because it's such a male-centric beauty standard, which is why I'm questioning this woman. Yeah. Assuming she's a woman. I mean,
no,
I know
they're definitely size queens. They're definitely size queens.
I guess she's a size queen. I think the thing that's hard is it's like, well, you don't know until you're already pretty far in with the guy.
I think she's just I think she just has her heinous taste in men. And that's what's going on here.
But they all have big dicks, and that's just coincidental?
No, I think
oh, you mean her taste is bad?
Yeah, her taste in men is bad, and then she like only stays with the guys who have big dicks. And so she like two guys that she like, you know, hooks up with. One of them has a big dick, one of them is a small dick. The small dick guy is just eliminated, and then she continues with the big dick guy, and it turns out he has a terrible personality. But if she continued with the small dick guy, she would find that he probably had a terrible personality, and this was her terrible selection in men. This is what I think.
Sure, they're all assholes. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
That's right. No, the men that she's choosing. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like it's always asshole. It doesn't matter like the dick size.
Yep.
She's not choosing good men in the first place. Yep. I mean, that's kind of that's sort of my read on this, is that it's like, in order for you to even learn that like that's the situation going on, you have to get like pretty far with the guy in the first place.
Well, I think she's a hoe. Like I think we're
clearly no offense.
This is a hoe.
No offense, girl.
No offense. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you're not like getting that like from first meeting someone,
right?
Unless you ask ahead of time.
Well, she is getting the first meet on the first meet.
She is,
you know?
That's clear. I would ask, and I'm so sorry, Queen. Like I don't mean to be offensive, but like, maybe like look at this a little more metaphysically and psychologically. What is this gaping hole that you need filled?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like when you say like, oh, they need to be as big as my forearm. Like
she didn't say they need to be as big as my forearm. Just some of them have been. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's her preference. And I feel like maybe you need to look deeper into yourself and figure out like, what is it about you that you feel like you need this to fill you?
I'm willing I'm willing to give the charitable interpretation, is just she likes the feeling of a big dick. I think that's a perfectly reasonable interpretation.
Well, I guess, yeah, my version of this would be like, I do think that there's definitely a phenomenon that bum guys can be really good at sex. Like they have to be, you know what I mean? Like it's like, if you don't have a job, you know, if you live with your parents, like you're a real piece of shit. Like you got to be able to do something.
Yeah.
And I do think sometimes women do find themselves in that trap where they're with this guy who's just like a total bum by every standard that's visible to everyone else. But then you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I guess if I look at it that way, everyone's got their pros and cons, every dating option. And so if this is the most important thing to you, then I think you have to accept that, it's like a guy who's into like really hot girls that don't have a personality or something. You know what I mean? It's like, you kind of have to accept that if you're gonna go for like a 0.1% of one factor, you're probably gonna lose out on other factors.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was gonna say. That like if you select really hard on one characteristic, like if you go for the absolute smartest fucking guys you can, they're gonna be like fucking nerd autists. And that's not even necessarily because of like a correlation there. There's probably some correlation there, but it's because you select on one factor, like necessarily everything else has to suffer.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it all.
Yeah, so really just like downweight this a little bit. Try to downweight it a little bit.
Seems like she's tried, she can't.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying you got to look within, girl. Like what's going on at home?
Yeah.
The call's coming from inside the house.
That's right. Yeah.
The big dick is coming from inside the house. But good luck. I mean, that's not to say you couldn't find a nice guy with, the assets that you're looking for. But
you know what? One thing she could do? Anal sex. Because then, these comedy-sized dicks become prohibitive. Yeah.
Right.
So maybe she'd be more satisfied with a more average one.
Good luck. Yeah. I mean, but honestly, I think you're the problem. Next call.
Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with hell money. My question is, why in the hell do we not chart Bitcoin in multiple dimensions? Like, we need depth, the volume,
I thought this was related.
Like, price and time are so ephemeral. There are so many other variables to chart. Well, I guess if you charted in 3D, it would probably reveal all the market manipulation that was going on. Just wondering, what are your thoughts on 3D charting for Bitcoin or whatever the hell else you want to do?
So I actually think there's something kind of interesting here, which is that there is a literal other access to trading data that gets ignored if you just go to some price website. Yeah, if you just look at the price, which is trading volume, right? So you can have price moves on the back of a lot of volume, price moves and by volume, what I mean is how much Bitcoin changed hands during a certain period of time. So you can say like, okay, the Bitcoin price was this, and when it went to this on the backs of like how much volume, right? How much Bitcoin actually traded hands. You can have low price moves with a lot of volume, lots of trading, but not a lot of price movements. Trading, which is like actually kind of like thin, like the price moved and there wasn't actually a lot of volume. So I think that would be interesting to correlate, to kind of come up with a better representation of that. I don't know if it would be 3D. That might be kind of hard, but something
it's just hard to visualize.
Yeah, but something that exposed that additional data.
Yeah, just try it. I mean, people love plots on the internet. Like, why don't you start posting these and then drawing lines? You know what I mean? That's what, like, the price charts, everyone is always drawing the lines with the red candles and the green candles. So just start your own system, and I think you might have something there. Like, if you just get into it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if you see something that doesn't exist in the world that you want to exist in the world, you gotta start doing the 3D charting yourself.
Yeah, and also like if this person doesn't know how to program, they totally could vibe code this up. It's this we live in an age of vibe coding.
I vibe coded this anonymity, and you can tell.
Yeah. These are anonymized. These don't feel very anonymized. So you could totally, vibe code this up and vibe code your own like Bitcoin charts. Good little project.
Next question.
This question is for all the people who like to pre-cum to quantum computers breaking Bitcoin.
That's actually very astute because quantum computers aren't here yet. So you can only pre-cum. You can't come to quantum computers breaking Bitcoin.
That's for sure.
And my question is, does, I guess, like the thermodynamic cost of maintaining quantum coherence, that's like the main thing that I'm asking. Not is it possible, but the coherence. Does that not like cap the scale of like any real world Bitcoin attack? Like quantum computing is fun to theorize, right? But reversible gates can't and won't save you from the irreversibility of measurement, error correction. Most of quantum computing is error correction. Or what about qubit reset or classical loop systems? All of those operations are dumping heat, and you can't remove megawatts with millikelvin plumbing. So, nobody ever talks about this, I don't feel. But I would like you to talk about it. Talk about it.
Oh,
This is a question for you. You think I know? I did like the you can't do megawatt whatever action with millikelvin plumbing.
Yeah,
whatever that line was. I thought that was a good line.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is all sort of gesturing at something that is like correct, but these are all the hard problems with quantum computing that people are trying to solve. How to remove heat from a quantum system, how to create quantum systems that are more tolerant of more heat, trying to maintain coherence for all. So she's kind of describing the problems that exist with quantum computers and that people are all trying to solve. And we, that's just kind of where we are. We don't know, are these things solvable? How are we going to solve them if we're going to solve them? So I kind of don't have a lot super interesting to say about this, but people are trying, and some people think that they're on like a good path. I think it's all completely they're edging. Yeah. I mean, I think it's all completely fake. And that,
that's the official stance here.
Yeah, that's the official stance.
And if we're wrong, I don't care.
I care, because then I'm going to be fucking homeless.
Well, I guess I care in like a larger scheme. I don't, if we make a wrong call, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Okay, how much to share, Anon?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Saylor rant.
Saylor rant.
Loved your last pod. Loved you guys had the balls to call out Michael Saylor.
Yeah, fuck
Michael Saylor. I think that you guys are missing some key details about just how bad.
This is what I mean when I say this is the classic male call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Loved your last pod. Loved you guys had the balls to call out Michael Saylor. I think that you guys are missing some key details about just how bad MicroStrategy really is. When you buy MicroStrategy, you're not buying some kind of claim on Bitcoin. You got to realize the way MicroStrategy is set up, that $15 billion of their Bitcoin are owned by the preferreds and the convertible debt holders. Bitcoin drops below 25K. MicroStrategy stockholders are cooked. And those prep holders, if it keeps dropping, they'll get cooked as well. It's truly just leveraged bullshit. Saylor is toxic and cancer. Love you guys.
Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a comment. You know, that he just wanted to say that. So he called in, said it, and it said, love you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what's like, this is the paper Bitcoin, paper gold thing that's happening right now. Like, gold, it's something like, it's like 100 claims to gold for like one actual real physical gold that there is.
Is that actually true, or is that just a conspiracy
I'm just
theory?
sort of, well, it's a conspiracy theory that I've heard validated by like real normal econ people. That like, you basically have like people that are trading gold or they're buying gold, but they're not, the actual like physical transfer is not happening. And there's also this sort of question of like, I mean, now the conspiratorial angle is like, is there actually gold in Fort Knox? Right. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, agreed. We have the balls to call out Michael Saylor on this podcast.
I mean, it was hard. We thought long and hard about, what would happen if we called out Michael Saylor.
How he would react.
That's right.
How we would, be blacklisted.
We wouldn't be able to go to his fabulous events at his palatial mansion in Miami.
He's never invited. Has he invited you? He's never invited me.
He invited me once.
Wow.
But I don't think
you didn't go and you didn't take me.
I don't think it was a personal invitation. I think it was just like, I don't know how that happened.
Well, now we're definitely not invited.
Now, no way.
So, we do it all for you.
Yeah.
But we love you too.
MicroStrategy does seem like a ticking time bomb. I mean, it's a weird financialized wrap version of Bitcoin. If you buy MicroStrategy stock, you do not own Bitcoin. Obviously, some people are going to make money on it, but there's a good chance that at some point the jig is going to be up.
And good luck.
Yeah.
To everyone involved.
GLHF.
Mm-hmm. No, you keep skipping.
Oh.
Number 5.
Hey, How Money Podcast. So I've got a question related to love and life. I recently moved from abroad to I was doing distance relationship, and now I moved to move in with my partner. So we've gone from long distance, 9-hour time zone difference to sharing a house together, and I am curious what advice you would give for how much do you share on the day-to-day of the ups and downs of your emotional states with a partner versus, keep some things to yourself and try and take care of your own shit. Like, do you sacrifice some of that honesty and that emotional intimacy for the sake of boundaries or, dealing with your own problems? That's something I've been thinking about lately, and I'd be curious to get the advice of some professionals. Okay, thank you.
I want to know what you think.
This is really hard because I think it depends a lot on the person and a lot on the situations. In general, I think sharing is good, but then also I know some people are really emotionally volatile and just all these ups and downs, and also a lot of my partner did something that really bothered me. Should I tell them about it? And it's well, if that's a thing you can work on and fix, then yeah, you should definitely talk about it. But I do think that there are things that are in the category of this is just something that is an aspect of your partner that you don't like, and they're not going to fix it, but overall you're happy in the relationship. And so hammering on it is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, nagging is a Chinese finger trap, right? So it's you can't get into nag territory. I don't know if she's specifically even talking about issues with the partner or just the day-to-day, because she kind of said day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, it more sounds like she was talking about her own emotional state.
Yeah.
Which that stuff I think is kind of good to share, right?
Yeah, I feel that's the benefit of having a life partner,
As long as you keep it within limits, because you're does your partner want to talk all the time about your emotional state? No, your partner probably wants to have time for their own activities or doing things with you that don't involve emotion dumping, you know?
Yeah, I feel it's you have to think what is the person that I'm talking to getting out of me sharing this with them? If it's truly just for you to process your own emotions and maybe you don't even want their opinion, for example, which I think is a common male-female dynamic where it's although I've always experienced this in reverse where I'm it's women just want you to listen and men are always trying to solve things. I'm always the solver. So whatever. But I feel that can be the problem is it's if you're just dumping for the sake of dumping because you feel better having gotten it out, you probably should just talk to ChatGPT or a therapist. But if you're interested in getting their feedback, obviously you should talk to them about it. I also think there's an aspect of you can make your life interesting if you're a good storyteller and communicator. You can have a pretty mundane interact. Some people are just funny. Some people they have very mundane lives, but then when they talk about them, it's you're riveted listening to them. And some people are meandering and not getting to a point. They don't really know what they're trying to say. They're just kind of talking. I feel if you feel you're oversharing, your partner's getting bored, you gotta work on your storytelling abilities.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You got to make yourself interesting to them. So, yeah, I don't know. But I also think sharing your day-to-day stuff with a sounding board or someone else, that's one of the best things about having a long-term partner that you live with is you get this second opinion or the cheerleader or whatever all the time. So I don't know. If it's only for the sake of mystery, for boundaries, I would say fuck it, just tell them everything. What are you maintaining?
Yeah.
What are you hiding?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey and Aaron, it's Rob Hamilton here. I wanted to call for some relationship advice. My
father of four.
Father of four?
Father of four.
Really?
Father of four.
Damn, way to go, Rob.
My wife, who you've both met, Aaron, you read her astrology charts, and Casey, we had a lovely brunch where you went deep into the alchemy and all of the data around ASCII characters and making the optimal character set for the thinnest possible set of characters and strings that while they're all still unique. And
I've heard this.
I thought that I was trying to get my wife more into this Bitcoin culture and this astrology culture, but when date night comes around, I get the babysitter, I get a nice hotel room, I lay down the flower petals,
All right.
and
Okay.
I turn on the TV and I put on Hell Money podcast, and she doesn't think that that's romantic. And I wanted to get your guys' advice on how I could possibly fix her so that she could be more appreciative of Bitcoin podcasts and astrology. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
I think he's just choosing the wrong episodes. I think that there are date night appropriate How Many podcast episodes and like non-date night appropriate.
So what would you say is an example of a date night episode, and what's a non-date night episode?
Date night episode. Well, the Loveline.
Obviously.
Loveline
so
episodes are great. Put on this one.
It's Valentine's Day, so it's the right time.
That's the right time. Yeah, and whatever else you're doing on Valentine's Day, just like maybe get a portable Bluetooth speaker so that you can play the podcast episode wherever you are. You're out at dinner.
You could do the Leonardo DiCaprio move where you have it on your headphones while you're having sex with her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
yeah.
It's your world that you're immersed in.
Another option. Yeah. Get the headphones so you can enjoy it while she does whatever, like women do.
Right.
I
think the astrology episodes are good. Well, obviously I would think the astrology episodes would be more palatable to people's wives.
Yeah.
Loveline episode. I would say don't do the episodes where we're just talking about like Bitcoin Twitter drama.
Right.
That's not romantic.
The craft store Bitcoin episodes are good for educational content. Maybe not a Valentine's Day date night thing.
Have we had any guests that are particularly... Oh, Adam Krellenstein kind of has a Fabio look.
Oh yeah, sure.
So that could
he's
get
good looking.
Going a little bit,
absolutely. Yeah.
That's like that's a good one to do. Rob's episode was also, it was very personal.
That's right. Put on
your own
episode so she can get like on all sides. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
from the front and the back.
Sometimes I'll like if Tyler and I are both like working from home, sometimes like he'll like be eating lunch and I'll hear him watching Hell Money podcast in the living room. It's awesome.
That's funny.
That's a real one.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
So put on your own episode.
Yeah, put on your own episode.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. Procreation, Anon.
Hey, how many? So my question is about procreation. How do you know when it's time to procreate? Every month, my fertile window comes and goes, and a lot goes through my head, right? Money, space, time, age, parents' age. And I guess I just kind of want your guys' take on what the right time is and what it means to become a parent. So, yeah. Bye.
Good question.
Yeah, great question. I kind of think that, having kids is going to involve sacrifice. It's going to involve sacrifice of your time, and it's going to involve sacrifice of your money, and it's going to involve sacrifice of your lifestyle. But if you're with somebody that you truly think that you want to have kids with, should have kids with, and they are also on board, maybe also have concerns about money and lifestyle and time and stuff like that, you should kind of go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not going to, there's, maybe you could win like $1 million in the lottery yesterday and they can make all these questions like go away, but it's going to involve sacrifice. And I mean, everybody who has there's so many stories that you want to avoid. Like you want to avoid people who they're like, oh, you don't want to be somebody who like, oh yeah, I had a situation where there was somebody who I really wanted to have kids with, but then I didn't, even if,
because I thought I needed to reach some level in my career.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah. Also, if you want to have more than one kid, should get working on that early. And also a very common thing that parents say is after they had kids, they're like, man, I wish I had kids younger. All the things that I did before having kids just don't seem as important as having kids, as being with those kids, as enjoying time with them. So I'd say kind of go for it. Next fertility window, just bust it open.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the issues with social media and just seeing everyone's lives so clearly on display is that you get this comparison game that's never winnable, where it's like there's always going to be people that have more money, more time, a better house, a whatever than you. And it's easy to be like, well, I'm not in their situation. And so maybe, and if they don't have kids yet, or they're not ready, or they're not doing it until X, Y, or Z, then maybe I shouldn't either. Whereas I think in the past, when your frame of reference was smaller, it would have been easier to just be like, okay, well, like my one friend, my older sister had kids and I'm going to do that at her age, or my friend just had kids. Like, that's a good time for me. Like, there's just so many you're never going to be in a position where like you're the most ready relative to everyone else that you observe. And I think that those types of observations do affect a lot of people's, like, why they don't make big life choices or big life changes. You know, the other part of this that I've seen kind of play out as I've started to know more people that have kids that I'm friends with or like friends of friends with is I think as women, I thought of this because the framing of this question around the fertile window, as women, we get reminders of this every month. We have this like continual reminder, like, hey, you could do this right now. And then you don't, and you like are punished for it, you know? And I think men don't get that. And so I feel like also like if you're with someone that you think would be a good match, sometimes they're not, I think men don't necessarily like have that thought pass through their head as much. Obviously it's person to person, but I feel like I've seen situations where women are constantly like thinking like, okay, is this the year? Is this the time? Are the situations right? And men might not even really think about what it would be like to be a father until the baby's fucking born, you know? And so I feel like it's also a question of like, where is your man at? You know, like, is he ready? Is he like, has he mentally wrapped his head around all those things? Because that's also, I think for men, the like money stability aspect comes much more into play for them in like a traditional heterosexual relationship. So yeah, just like keep in mind, like you're getting this reminder all the time. It's this like weighty thing in your mind, but like what's going through like your man's head? You know? And are you guys both on the same page?
And also as far as money, I think men do kick it up into a higher gear once they have kids. In terms of motivation, in terms of productivity, in terms of being like, okay, I've got a family. Like I'm going to do things for my family that I wouldn't necessarily do otherwise.
When I started my PhD, there was a guy who was in my cohort, and the first conversation I ever had with him, it was me, him, and then the other girl that was in our cohort. And his opening like introductory line with us to like meet us was, I read a statistic recently that the group of people that are most likely to finish their PhD on time and like quickly are fathers. Like he was like,
what?
Like kind of like
What's this
propositioning.
intimation?
Like it was like a like, ladies. Like he was like kind of making like a weird off-color joke. Like being like,
do you want me to finish my PhD?
Like
Let
maybe
me knock
we
you
could,
up?
yeah, like maybe we could make this work. Like it was the weirdest thing ever. But I feel like, I mean, I did think that was an interesting fact in isolation, which is like, yeah, if you have like people other than yourself that are dependent on you, you're more likely to take the job that, you know, pays better or kind of make those moves that you have to make. So things can fall into place. And 9 months is a long time. You know, like if you get knocked up and then you got 9 months to like kind of figure out that stuff, a lot can happen. So, you know, we're a pronatal podcast here.
Absolutely.
Childless.
Yep.
Hey guys, first time, long time. Listen, I'm not sure what I think about kids. I have a 10-year-old, so it might be too late for these thoughts. Let me know.
What?
He doesn't know what he thinks about kids, but he already has a 10-year-old.
Bro, you have a 10-year-old. Like, listen, you have all the data you need to decide about this, right? Like, what are us two childless retards going to tell this guy about kids?
I think I've always felt like
Aaron will never not opine. So, you know,
yeah,
let's
I'll
hear
have a
it.
take. I have always wanted to have kids because I wanted to have a family. I have not really ever been someone who's been like baby crazy. So I can kind of understand being like, I don't know about kids. The thing is, you're on the threshold. Like that kid probably already, if he doesn't not want to spend time with you already, he's getting there. Like preteen age, they don't want anything to fucking do with you. So they're going to be like, fuck you, dad. I don't want to hang out. Like, I want to hang out with my friends. I want to be on the computer or whatever. You're not going to have to deal with them. They're going to go through that phase for a little while. And then hopefully they come out on the other side of that being like your adult friend. That's your family. That's kind of like the baseline that I've always had. It's like, I can't wait to have like adult children.
Right.
So you just got to get through that stage.
So power through it.
Power through it. You're almost there.
You're almost there.
But this is like not good inspiration for the previous question.
No.
But this is what I'm talking about, the man. You know, the man's like, wait, my kid's 10. I don't even know if I wanted this. You know, like this is classic dad shit. Honestly.
Hi guys, speaking of love, Aaron, Mary Fuck Kill, Michael Saylor, Matt Odell.
He cut off, but the next one is Peter Schiff. He called back in.
Okay.
So you can do it too.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck,
yeah, I
Mary,
think this
kill,
one is so
Saylor,
easy. I think this is
Michael
so
Saylor, Matt
simple.
Odell, Peter Schiff.
Yeah, super easy. I think we're gonna think the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Kill Peter Schiff.
Oh, okay. Whoa, we're off to a totally different start.
You're gonna marry Peter Schiff. Kill Peter Schiff. Fuck Michael Saylor, marry Matt Odell.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Right?
interesting. Yeah, totally.
What were you gonna say?
Fuck Odell, kill Saylor, marry Schiff.
You're gonna marry Peter Schiff. That'd be
I
a
think
real
it'd be-
odd couple
I think
situation.
I think he'd be a good husband. I think he has
That's nice.
good-
I
good
love that
husband
for you guys.
vibes.
There's two more fuck, marry, kills from the same person. So.
Okay, let's just keep on blasting.
Yeah.
Hey guys, another round of marry, fuck, kill. All right. Rust Subsystems and Core, C++ forever, or just rewrite bike shedding forever.
Okay, wait. I gotta replay this.
It was Rust something.
Hey guys, another round of
Rust
marry, fuck,
something
kill.
before?
All right. Rust Subsystems and Core, C++ forever, or just rewrite bike shedding forever.
I didn't get the last one. Something.
Bike shedding?
Yeah.
Is it like about rewrite it? Because don't you want, isn't it in C++? Rewriting bike shedding forever.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so not doing it. Or like
I
just bike
guess.
shedding it forever. So is it, am I understanding it correctly? It's like rewrite everything in Rust,
Mm-hmm.
C++ forever,
Use C++ forever.
put it off.
And like bike shed. Yeah, I guess so.
Those are the
Let's-
three
let's
options.
go with that.
Fuck,
yeah.
marry, kill.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about that? What are your?
You have to answer first.
No, you go.
Okay. I think fuck Rust,
Okay.
kill bike shedding,
Uh-huh.
marry C++ forever.
Really? Okay.
Just commit.
Just commit.
Like you're there already.
Yeah,
Just be like,
interesting.
this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do all this. And that's not bike shedding. Bike shedding is like, we'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
Kill the bike shedding.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no, it's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's which one are you marrying, which one are you fucking? That's my sort of take.
Right. I would go definitely marry, rewrite it in Rust.
Right,
That's the
obviously.
long-term plan. You know,
Right.
Marriage
That's the
is
long-term commitment to
marriage is
the
long-term plan,
respectable. Yeah.
Fuck all C++. You know, why not do that a little bit? You know, a little bit longer. We've done it for long enough. Just one more one-night stand. You know, before you get to the nice marriage with Rust, and then kill bike shedding.
Okay.
Yep. More fuck, marry, kill.
Last one.
Hi guys, another round of marry, fuck, kill. Soft fork futures, CTV, any prev out, ossification, nothing ships. I'll take my answer offline.
CTV,
any prev
out, and ossification.
I don't know any prev out.
Yeah, I guess fuck any prev out because I like throw any prev out a bone,
Okay.
and then marry CTV. CTV seems like broadly useful, and kill ossification. Like, come on, we can't just ossify this shit.
Yeah. That's what I would say too.
Yep.
I just wasn't sure. Like, is CTV marriage material? But like, none of them are really marriage material.
Yeah, it's slim pickings out here.
Yeah. You got to take what you can get.
Yep.
This one and the next one should be played in succession.
Okay.
Long-time listener, third or fourth time caller. My question is for Casey. How big is it?
And then the next one.
Hey, it's me again. My question is for Aaron. How big is it?
I guess all I'll say is that I would not want it to be any bigger because it would start to get into like comedy like
Oh my God.
downside territory. It's the honest truth.
That's a really like self-flattering good answer.
That's the
you know what I
perfect-
mean?
it's the perfect size.
That's I'll take your word for it. All right, next question.
Hey, Aaron and Casey, this is Richard Greaser. Big fan of Hell Money.
It's who?
Richard Greaser is the bugle guy.
Okay, so he's already voice changed.
Yeah.
This is pre.
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything.
Really enjoy your chemistry. You guys do so great
Richard Greaser? He's Dick Greaser? Dick Greaser, all right.
as a romantic couple podcasting together. It's rare.
I put these back to back.
People have to ship us. I think part of
Yeah.
people love to ship us.
Of
like
course.
more than any. Does anybody else get shipped as much as us in the Bitcoin community?
There's not enough women.
No, it's not enough women.
Like everyone else
No.
is like that they would ship. It's like they are married.
Yeah, right.
Podcasting together. It's rare to see people be able to do that in the relationship, and it's awesome to see you guys do that. But anyways, I've been trying to help Shinobi get a girlfriend for a while. And I think he would calm down and stop calling everybody retarded if he found a girlfriend, and everybody would be much happier as a result of it. But I'm wondering if you guys think it's a good idea for him to start a podcast so he can invite women on as dates, kind of covertly, if that makes sense. Like it gives them an opportunity to ask them a bunch of questions and put educational content out at the same time. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.
So the format of this podcast would be Shinobi. It's a Bitcoin podcast with Shinobi and single women.
Yeah, it's first dates.
Yeah, first dates. Yeah, no.
That's actually a pretty good first dates.
First,
I mean,
first
just
date with
as
Shinobi,
an idea of a podcast is kind of funny.
Yeah, great idea. Great idea. Yeah.
I don't think you can make it a Bitcoin podcast because like Shinobi's going to be interviewing. Like, do you remember how, like, okay, before we did this podcast, you tried to do a podcast where you were interviewing people.
That's right.
And like, I watched a couple episodes of that and I was like, this is stupid because like it doesn't make sense for the person that's the expert to be interviewing.
Right. True.
Right. Like, it's like you have a guest on and they're like, well, why don't you tell me what you think? And it's like, okay, then this is not whatever. So that's the problem Shinobi's going to have. I think Shinobi should have a pop culture and current events podcast that he then invites women on to like educate him.
Right.
I think that will make him more dateable in general.
Yep.
Like even if none of the situations work out, like the podcast episodes don't result in a second date, that's content, first of all. And I think it will make him more socialized to women in general.
Yeah.
So it will just increase. So not a Bitcoin podcast, but like, yeah, like a pop culture, like hot topics, like Wendy Williams style show.
Yep.
I think that would be really good for everyone.
Yep. 100%.
I'd watch. I'd go on. First date with Shinobi.
First date with Shinobi.
I'd explain like Timothy and Kylie. Yeah.
I'm in a relationship with Claude, but I fear Claude doesn't know it. He just gets me in my need to overthink and plot pretty graphs that will be suppressed by the deep state algo for calling out the monopolies. Do you think I could plug in an oscillating dildo to my computer and have it function only when Claude is thinking? What are your thoughts on robot consent?
So,
it's a layered question.
Yeah, it's a layered question. Robots, you don't need to get consent from robots.
It's fine, yeah.
There's slide rules. You can do whatever you want them.
NBD.
As far as your remote vibrating Claude idea, there's actually a whole field about this. It's called teledildonics.
Tele what?
Teledildonics.
Oh.
Teledildonics.
Yeah.
So that's that's the search term that you need. Once you'll literally find.
You can vibe code it.
Oh yeah, you can vibrate code it. Literally find a lot of resources related to teledildonics. However, I wonder if this is fake. I feel like women have relationships with ChatGPT, not Claude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Claude.
Yeah.
Get real.
Yeah, get real.
It's 4.0 or nothing. But yeah, you don't need consent, and I approve. And I think, like, you know, you're making your deep state challenging plots. Like, that sounds like a healthy, productive relationship.
Yep.
So
Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah,
and it could be $1 million business.
Yep.
Hey, Casey. Hey, Aaron. Got a question for you all this Loveline episode. I've been with my current girlfriend for around a year. I think she compliments me well, makes me a better, healthier person overall. But given that it's only been a year and I know people change, life circumstances change, I'm worried about making decisions for the longer term. And I'm curious if you have any suggestions for how you know when you've collected enough data points to make a lifetime commitment or if waiting for certainty is a trap. So appreciate your insights.
I would say, like, have you lived with this person?
Yeah.
Is probably
that's the obvious one.
A big deal.
Live together before you get married. I mean, I don't know what the fuck anyone is saying to tell you otherwise.
Yeah. How long do you have to live together, do you think? to really see like, okay, does this work?
6 months.
6 months.
I
Yep.
mean, if like 6 months, you would get sick of someone
Yep.
if you really had an issue.
Yep.
I think in terms of a data point, living together is a data point.
Mhm.
Another data point is going through something difficult.
Mm.
Either you go through something difficult, she goes through something difficult, or you go through something difficult together.
Yep.
Because you
Yep.
see someone's true character come out in
Yep.
those times.
Yep.
And like that's what marriage is
Mhm.
it's like you're gonna have to go through the death of your parents together. You're gonna have to go through, if you're having kids, raising kids together, financial stuff, like all of the hardest things that you're gonna have to go through in life. Like this person is gonna be the person that you do that with.
Mhm.
And so if they crack under pressure, you don't know that until you have a pressure situation.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can create one
Yeah.
of those.
I think you can't. I think you can't wait. I think you just have to. If you don't have such a pressure situation, you need to look for signs like how do they treat you when they're having a bad mood or they're struggling. You know,
Which you get
a
from
little
living
bit.
with someone.
Which you get from living with somebody. So yeah, I would say live together. Live together for 6 months, and then
Yeah.
like, damn, if you're like we really click and this is somebody who I want to spend the rest of my life with, like, yeah, go for it.
You can also ask them like what hard things they've gone through in life and like get, see like how have they handled things. Obviously you're getting it through their
You're getting it through their
lens.
eyes. Like they're gonna be like, maybe they were like a psychotic bitch, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that was a really hard time in my life, but my friend's really there for me. And it was okay. And they were like fucking breaking dishes and like abusing their ex-boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah, she's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do also think that you kind of know, like, you do want some stress tests,
Mhm.
but you do also kind of know if someone's like wifey material or not. I
Mhm.
think pretty early on.
Yep.
So it sounds like you kind of know, like you say, like you're healthier together, like she's encouraging you in a positive direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty positive. I would say, like, if you were feeling like, I don't know, I really like her, but
Yeah.
like that's where it'd be like, yeah, bro, you probably know, and you got to
Yeah.
let her go.
Yeah,
It seems like you kind of know she's wife material. You're just looking for some big moment, similarly to the procreation question.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. It doesn't work like that.
There's also another answer to this question, which is like knock her up, and that's when you propose. I don't think that's a terrible idea, You're like, well,
So you just go maximum stress test, no turning back.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Actually, I said I was going to give extreme answers, and I haven't given a single extreme
No.
answer. So yeah, there you go. Knock her up.
Yeah, knock her
Don't
up.
even bother with the proposal.
Yeah.
Don't move in together.
Yeah. yeah.
Make her your baby mama.
Yeah.
See where it goes from there.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
Yep.
Hey, Aaron and Casey. Love you guys. Just calling in really quick from the RSIC Mental Institution. Don't have long. Was talking to a couple other inmates and just had a couple questions for you guys. Who is the Rune Dev and what are his intentions? Also, was kind of wondering what was Raph up to these days? Over 2 years ago, I think he hinted at a project he was going to be working on, and was there any update to that? And lastly, when do you guys think Satoshi will come back and signal that he wants OpCat re-implemented? All right, gotta run. Love you guys. Peace.
This is like the most hopium of any of our questions.
Yeah.
Like this is like
I'm actually
he's calling
surprised we
from
didn't
the
really
mental
get more.
institution.
Like this is our first.
Oh, there's a couple. I've
crypto caller.
put them all together.
Yeah. So we do have an idea who we think the Rune Dev is, or who's like affiliated with the Rune Dev.
Well, yeah. I have my theories, but I've never had them
Yeah.
like really proven.
So I mean, the answer about RSIC and the Rune Dev is that they are retarded grifters who don't have any plan.
I'm so sorry,
who
guys.
are like doing on-chain LARPing about like they can't code. They're just fucking idiots. So, whatever. Everything that they've done so far has been shitty. It's just like text files. It's like, oh, if you do these transactions, we'll like credit you in this way.
Well, the design of the first inscription, the airdrop was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was when they first airdropped like the inscriptions,
Mm-hmm.
they did like a big airdrop to like any address that had like 3 or more inscriptions and the address. Like it was, and then everyone followed that formula.
Right.
So that I would say that was cool that they did that. And then it was really all downhill from there.
Yep.
So, I mean, I feel like he's really just fishing to be like, are you the Rune Dev?
Yeah,
is
I'm
Raph
not
the Rune Dev?
Yeah.
Is Satoshi the
Raph
Rune
is
Dev?
not the
It's like,
Rune Dev.
bro,
Satoshi's
Rune
not
Dev
the Rune Dev.
is somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Rune Dev hung up the line a long time ago.
Yeah. As far as what Raph is doing his thing. He's very privacy conscious, so it's entirely possible that his next project you'll have no idea that he's involved.
But it's not He's not the rude
He's
dev.
not, but he's definitely.
I can
not
read
the rude
between
dev.
the lines of what you're asking.
Yep.
Satoshi endorsing OpCat.
No, Satoshi's never going to come back.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think
Satoshi's
so.
like, if he hasn't come back yet, like he's not going to come back.
What would bring him?
He would have
back
come
at this
back during the
point?
fucking like I don't
Block size wars.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's over. Maybe he's dead.
maybe he's dead. These people all sound the same. They all sound the
I put them
fucking
all
same.
together. Yeah.
Hey guys, I love the Hell Money pod, and I agree we should know more about the Congo. I can tell you that in Venezuela, things are going to take time, but things are looking good. On that note, speaking about shitcoins, let's talk about stablecoins. Should we sell to the biggest shitcoin of all? Right now, there's a very cool product also, where you can just earn Bitcoin on the stable coins that you're lending. And I do not know what to do. That's supposedly the worst shitcoin there is. Please help me figure it out. Sell Bitcoin for shitcoin dollar, or hold on for your life, or borrow against it. Anyways, I wanted this to sound funnier. You guys can take it from here. Love you guys.
What is
Bye.
the question here? What's
The question is, well, he's sort of asking. First of all, I just want to say I actually really like this call because I've asked so many times, like, please explain Venezuela to me. Please give me your take. No one ever does. That's not true, actually. There was one episode where a bunch of people commented and gave like lengthy descriptions of what's going on in Venezuela. I see you. I appreciate it. I think I heart those comments on YouTube. So I appreciate that he's tuned in, he's responding, he's adding information to this misinformation podcast. The question, I believe, is he's talking about like a protocol where you would stake stable coins and get Bitcoin yield.
Okay.
So you stake a stable coin and they give you yield in Bitcoin.
Who's giving you the Bitcoin?
Well, I think he's eyes wide open with this.
He's
and
vibing.
He's just like, okay, this is a scheme, but it is a scheme.
Yep.
Should I do it?
I mean, I don't know. Yield, like, where does the yield come from? They're staking a stable coin. I think
They talk about this in the Bible.
It's kind of interesting. Actually, River does this. I think if you
hold cash.
Yeah, if you hold cash, you get interest on the cash paid in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He could even be talking about River. He might not even be.
In the end, all this comes down to like, where does the yield come from? If the yield comes from a sustainable source, like sure, pay it out anyway. If it comes from an unsustainable source, like that shit is going to fucking collapse.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, it's the long-termism thing coming up. I think there's a lot of people who, when, Bitcoin gets over 100K or whatever, they're like, I'm retired. I'm going to live off my Bitcoin yield with some like Rube Goldberg machine for the rest of my life. Like I made it. Everyone at my family dinners from here on out is going to think I'm awesome. I think that's like a trap in general. Not that you should never retire, that you should never like that you couldn't in theory gamify a financial solution to like give you financial freedom. But I feel like this is like the greed trap that comes up over and over again with Bitcoin, where it's like maybe you got into Bitcoin really early and then you saw all the shitcoins launch and like the ICO stuff in 2017. You were like, ooh, I could make more money here. And then you leave and you're fucked. Like, it's like, I feel like we just get these over and over and over again. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. There's definitely people that I know that have done the lending or like staking or whatever, and it works for them, but that's because they already have a huge stack that they're not risking. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if you're at that point, but you're also taking on the risk. And I think it can be very easy to just want to be across that finish line when like, I mean, we're at 75K today, I think.
Yeah.
It's not
looking
we're
good.
not there.
Yep.
I would not do the staking stablecoin situation. I mean, also, why are you going to sell your Bitcoin at 75K?
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
This is financial advice.
Hi. I had a pull request about 2 weeks ago. Number 4451. It fixes a critical issue involving losing track of users' UTXOs.
So I will say the voice changer made this guy sound especially pathetic. He did not sound this pathetic. He or she, who knows what the gender of this caller is, she did not sound nearly very pathetic at all when I heard the original recording. I looked at this PR and I merged it.
That's good.
So yeah, this actually got something done on Ord.
Yeah, actually, it was this call.
Yeah,
right?
it was this call. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you for the PR. It is fixed. Good fix. Weird behavior in Bitcoin Core that we have to work around, but it is what it is.
Hey guys, more Raph on the podcast, please. Love you, Aaron. Love you, Casey. Thank you for ordinals. Aaron, don't have your mom call in this year. Thanks.
What? You're shaking your head.
I thought my mom had a good question. First of all, didn't have my mom call in. That made me want to.
Yeah.
My mom, I thought, I can't remember what my mom's question was last year, but I remember it was good.
Yeah.
She's funny. You're a hater. Except apparently not of Raph.
Not of Raph.
All
yeah.
these guys are gay for Raph.
They're gay
That's
for
what
Raph,
I've learned.
yeah.
That's actually the big thing I've learned.
Yeah. Raph is welcome to come on the pod at any time, just due to, scheduling and distance constraints.
Well, he doesn't want to hang out with us that much.
Right.
You
True.
know?
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's only so much we can do
Yep.
on that front.
Okay, so there's this girl that I really like. And what do you do when you really like a girl? Well, you make an inscription. So
Do not make an inscription if you really like a girl.
I inscribed "I love you" at her screen name. But here's the problem. Like, it's like a really low inscription number. Like, it's a primo inscription
Okay.
number.
Okay, maybe do make
But
one.
here's the problem. She changed her screen name. And I've
Yeah.
got this inscription, which is now at an old screen name of hers, and it's like not even super clear who it is. So, what do I do?
I think she'll know, and that's the important thing.
I
But
think
I also
you
don't-
have to now date the person who has the screen name.
That's correct. Actually, that's
legally
the correct answer.
speaking.
Yeah, legally speaking, you have
That's
to find. Yeah.
our hands are tied here.
Yeah, right. We really can't advise any other course
Protocol
of
is
action.
what it is.
Yeah.
We can't violate the protocol.
Yeah.
So if you heart at screen name and that's now like a catfish anime girl like LARPer.
You got a fucking bro. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know if we're dealing with like a sort of a cute, like, oh, this is this guy's girlfriend kind of thing, or if like, oh, this is like a weird stalker situation that we shouldn't encourage, and he like hasn't actually met this chick. Or
I know who it is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Jason bleeped this. It's
Okay.
You didn't recognize his voice?
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
okay, the identity obscuring did a good job.
Did a good job. Yeah. So yeah, then it's fine, bro. It's fine. She'll understand.
She'll
get it. Yeah.
Look at it.
Yep.
Hi, I have a love question. I would like to know if my current interest, I guess karmic energy, will interfere in a positive or a negative way with my financial growth. Yeah.
I think she's asking for like an energy reading.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think you're the only one who's qualified to do that.
To be honest, probably yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. What
Yeah.
are you getting?
I think if you're trying to look for like karmic energy as like a pro or negative financial growth, you're asking the wrong questions. From a spiritual perspective, and this is not like, there's plenty of people who are not into spirituality. They're not like thinking of their lives that way. But if you are thinking about it from a spiritual perspective, the end goal should never be number go up. Money is supposed to come in order to enable you to do the productive work that you want to do in whatever your spiritual purpose is. Your spiritual purpose is not financial growth in and of itself.
Yeah.
So I feel like even the fact that you're framing the question that way, to me, I feel like that's a negative like money mindset. You got to be like, I'm here to do X, Y, or Z. Money flows in to support me in my mission. And your mission could be like whatever, and I'm not saying you then have to have like some grand spiritual mission, but it's like, I just don't think that people's karmic spiritual mission is number go up. But some people don't think that way, but you clearly do.
Yeah.
So that's my take.
So disentangle them.
Yeah, disentangle them. Like, what do you want the money for? Like, you should be and I always tell people this, like with manifestation. I'm not like a huge like manifestation head in general, but with manifestation, you shouldn't be manifesting.
Which is weird. I would expect you to be a little more into manifesting.
I am like I'm more along like the Buddhist, like you have to accept what's happening to you, like your path. Like when I manifest, what I ask for is like more alignment with my path. I want to be more like stable, capable, etc., to accomplish whatever it is that like the divine wants me to accomplish. It's not for me. Like God is, you know, whatever. This is again spiritual answer. People don't always have to think this way, but like I think it's like if you believe that there's a higher thing, that you'll never know better than that, right? So like you just need to ask for the tools to help yourself go along that path. You can't be like, I need a boyfriend. Give me a boyfriend. You're gonna get a boyfriend and it's gonna be the big dick asshole guy.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like you shouldn't be trying to manifest like, I don't know, like outcomes that have like really no like spiritual depth to them. You should be trying to like do something purposeful. Yeah. And then I do believe that like the universe protects you if you do that. Again, spiritual perspective. Yep. So do you think her spiritual or her karmic, whatever? You're like, you're all good, queen. Go.
No. I think there probably is. Like I think whenever you're like, misaligned.
Yeah. Sorry.
Guys, you know who I loved? Craig Wright. Not Craig Raw. Don't be confused. Craig Wright. He was our little train wreck, you know? Just gave you something to pay attention to, something to watch. Guy was great. I'm Satoshi. I miss him.
Yeah, kind of agree. Yeah, he was fun.
Luke's doing that though.
Yeah, well, Luke is just
in his own way, but it's like it's the same kind of thing.
Craig Wright was just more outrageous. I mean, Craig Wright's like claims were just
he's Australian.
Yeah, he's Australian. Yeah. I do miss Craig Wright, and unfortunately, Luke is like kind of one of our own, you know. So we're doing more infighting with Luke, whereas Craig Wright was just this like retard outsider.
Yeah, Craig Wright's kind of interesting because that got like more people involved that were like, oh, this guy is Satoshi. I don't know anything about this Bitcoin thing, but like this Australian guy says that he's Satoshi. I guess he is. Whereas like Luke, it's like no one knows outside of even like Bitcoin Twitter.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that way, it would be cool. Maybe like Michael Saylor's not Craig Wright, but he's kind of like the guy that like people would know and associate with Bitcoin
right.
from an external.
He's the CEO of Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, so that's who we get instead. Craig Wright or Michael Saylor. Fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill. Craig Wright, Michael Saylor, Luke Jr.
Man, that is rough. That is real rough. Man, there's no good outcome here.
I fully know my answer.
Kill Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know the answer.
Fuck Craig Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah, and marry Michael Saylor.
Obviously.
Yeah, you don't want to spend a lot of time with Craig Wright.
I think Michael Saylor and I could really like think boy, philosophy bro together for quite some time.
I don't know. I mean, you saw him in the Epstein files.
I actually didn't. What did he say?
No, what was said about him.
What was
They basically said like, this guy has no personality. He's like unblackmailable. All he says is like, "Oh, I'm building a yacht and I'm talking to cans," and they're like, "Somebody
sounds like the perfect husband to me."
All right, moving on.
Hey, is there a pill for lipo?
There is.
There is. Yeah, there's Ozempic pills, but it doesn't look like they work.
Yeah, they're not as effective as the jab.
Yeah, they're not as effective as the jab. Yeah, but the jab is not that bad. I've been trying out the Retatouche.
Yeah, do you want to share your lipo pill story?
I mean, that's super interesting. I tried out. I'm like, there's nothing really wrong with my weight. I went up like a few pounds, and I'm like, oh, I'm really gonna do like the diet.
You're just like a vain
again.
Girl with an eating disorder.
I do not have an eating disorder. Okay, and I am vain, but I'm not. I'm not a woman. I won't stand for this. And I was like, it kind of helped, and I feel like it'd go up more. Killed my orgasms suck now.
Wow, you really went for it. You said it.
Yeah,
okay.
My orgasms blow.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say it on the pod.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop because it's like absolutely not worth it.
That's good feedback.
Yeah.
You know, medical
just
honesty.
Listen to your body. But I think the thing is that it really does make sense if you can't do anything about it. And I was like, oh, like I can do something about it. I have, and it would be relatively easy. Just diet and exercise. But it's like lame. And maybe don't do it if that's where you are. If where you are is like, oh shit, like I'm like 300 pounds and I can't lose any weight, then yeah, blast that shit.
My cynical reading of the lipo pill question was that he's trying to give it to his lady.
Oh, interesting.
That
he
it's
wants like
the
lipo
pill
powder
that he can like put it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like, you know, you can't really jab someone without them noticing, but you could put a little something in their coffee every morning.
Yeah.
So it does exist.
Yep. Yeah, give it a shot, Yeah. Tame that ham beast.
Yep. This is our last one.
Last one.
Hi, guys. I got off Twitter about a year ago. What did I miss? I'll take my answer offline.
What's happened in the last year?
Dude, I don't even remember.
I felt like this is a good one to end on because it's a reflection.
Yeah, I guess like the OpCat. Not the OpCat.
No, not even.
The
op return.
Yeah, the op return stuff. I think the Luke low data people, Luke mechanic, Dalton Ohm or whatever.
Dathan.
Yeah, Cuctum Ohm.
Mm-hmm.
Have really ramped up the unpleasantness, I would say, in the last year. But aside from that, kind of not much. Bitcoin's chugging along. There's a lot of quantum FUD right now that people are kind of paying attention to.
Last year at this time, Trump had just been inaugurated, so
Mhm.
people were like max hopium. Like
Yeah.
I remember the day before the inauguration, we were at the crypto inaugural ball
Mhm.
in DC, and I remember being there being like, I think this is like the max hopium
Mhm.
that like is ever going to be achieved from this thing, because
Yeah.
I just remember having conversations with people where everyone was like, oh, like I'm going to get my guy into the administration and he's going to do this. And like,
Mhm.
we're going to, and like anyone could just like make that. Like I talked to some real nobodies who were
Mhm.
like, well, I'm mutuals with this guy who says that, like, and it was just like, they really were spinning their fantasy of
Mhm.
like how great this was going to be for
Yeah.
Bitcoin. And that was around this time last year. It was a little bit before, like 2-3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's just been kind of like disappointment after
Mhm.
disappointment,
Yeah.
and everyone's pointing fingers. Like everyone's like, no, it's quantum. No, it's the op return. Everyone
Mhm.
needs like a reason why the narrative didn't play out.
Yep.
And it's like devolved. And also the just increase in LLMs and bots, I
Mhm.
think has really driven the discourse, and the algorithmic emphasis on reply guy.
Mhm.
It's like when you tweet, like how many bots respond?
I don't even look at my notifications.
Okay, because like
Yeah.
when I tweet,
I've notifications turned off for people that I don't follow.
oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
When I tweet, there are always replies that are like, interesting take
Oh,
on
yeah, yeah.
astrology, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Like, and it's just like, holy shit. Like, and then I'll see that happen, and then I'll like to other people, and I'll
Mhm.
see them genuinely respond.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, bro, it's dead internet.
Yeah.
So good for you for getting off. We make our livelihood there.
And also all the Trump administration stuff, the annoying stuff about that is that it benefits crypto. It doesn't benefit Bitcoin, right?
Well, crypto flopped even harder.
Yeah, but I mean, it benefits. There's been less like aggressive regulation of the industry, so crypto maybe would have flopped even harder without that regulation. What I mean is that
Yeah,
like,
maybe, but I feel like crypto and Bitcoin are so intertwined. It's hard to like look at the way that gold and silver are performing versus like tech stocks and Bitcoin.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
Bitcoin's behaving like a tech stock or like a crypto, like high risk.
what I mean is that what is the regulation favorable for?
Stable coins.
Weird shitcoin exchanges, stable coins, doing more weird shit with like printing your shitcoin token in weird, interesting, extractive ways. Like that's what it's good for.
Yeah, I mean,
What is
those
it?
are-
How does it benefit Bitcoin? Like nothing. Like you've been able to go to Coinbase, go to River, go to XYZ, and like use Bitcoin. Maybe the only way that it benefits Bitcoin is that maybe in the alternative universe we have some very unfavorable regulation around like Lightning, where they do decide, oh, you're a money transmitter if you run a Lightning node, like weird shit like that. So it's hard to see the contra positive.
Yeah, I
whatever,
mean, I think
but,
the
yeah.
only guys that actually were right about like we're gonna get our guy in there are like guys that were working at crazy crypto exchanges with like billions of dollars.
Mhm.
Those were the ones that were effectively able to make a deal with the deal maker and get whatever like weird things they needed in order to like not go to jail.
Yep. So ultimately, ask us again next year if you should get back on Twitter. But I think this coming year is going to be a wash. You can stay off for another year.
Yeah, text-based platforms I think are really fucked. Like Reddit's fucked, Twitter's fucked. I think you got to be watching podcasts.
Yeah, that's right.
With people like us.
With beautiful women.
With the beautiful women like Erika Kirk.
Like Erika Kirk. Yeah, and beautiful men like Yassified
like
JD
Yassified
Vance.
JD Vance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't even clarify that you're like the Chad JD Vance. That was the.
I think that's obvious. I think that's just
right.
Just
I
get
wasn't.
that from
Well,
the
there's
visuals,
like the image of JD Vance. There's the child one where he has like the helicopter hat. With the lollipop.
Yep.
We didn't go for that
No,
one. We
I'm
went
the
for
Chad JD
Yassified
Vance. Yeah.
Chad JD Vance.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, you need to be watching podcasts where it's Erika Kirk and JD Vance
That's right.
answering love and relationship questions.
Yep.
And maybe, you know, in a year from now, that will also be AI slop. But we're still, I think, above that crest right now.
But it's coming. It's coming.
And then we'll start making slop.
Yeah.
We'll
smoothly
train-
transition into slop.
Yeah. We'll train a
Be
bot
like, we
on
don't
our
want to
videos.
do an episode. Just make us an episode.
Just
Claude.
something.
Just something. Whatever.
Yeah. Daily episodes.
Daily episodes. Yeah.
Oscillating dildo.
Yeah. Teledildonics. All teledildonics.
Yeah.
We need a teledildonics data stream for the podcast. So you can watch the podcast and have it be synced with your dildo. Like when we make a funny joke, that's when it like vibrates.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
Well, then it would never.
We're funny occasionally. We have our moments, you know.
That was a funny joke.
Yeah, that was a funny joke.
Okay.
It's vibrating right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
all right,
we
ladies
love you
and gentlemen,
guys.
love you guys.
I really appreciate the people calling in say that they love us.
Yeah, we are scraping the
love
bottom of the content barrel. We rely on our users, our listeners.
Keep calling in.
Keep calling in.
Keep calling in. Like maybe we'll do a, you know, Christmas in July style Loveline episode.
That's right. That theme doesn't make any sense, but we might do that. You know, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. With everything.
Yeah. And I think to the men that called in, most of you need to stop focusing on the market stuff and figure your life out.
Yeah.
You could have asked us some questions.
Yeah,
that
you could have really gotten
could have
some answers. Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Really gotten
advice
to the heart of some
like the
things.
big dick girl.
That's
I think
right.
she got some real insight from us.
She did. Yeah.
So yeah. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.